Scientists say the eastern Australian humpback whale population has hit 50,000 after being reduced to as few as 150 in the 1960s by whalers. Marine scientist Wally Franklin has detailed the findings in a new preliminary report for the federal government. He says the estimate is based on a crowdsourced AI dataset.
We had available a remarkable data set from an AI algorithm matching platform called Happy Whale that pretty well every scientist working on humpbacks on the east coast of Australia have loaded their photographic data on humpbacks onto the platform. But more importantly, nearly 700 citizen scientists have contributed to photography to the database. So what we ended up with was a remarkable data set running for 40 years from 1984 to 2024. And when our eminent statisticians put that through their modelling process, the modelling suggests that our Eastern Australian humpback whales now number approximately 50,000 whales, a remarkable outcome.
Yeah, it certainly is. And I know you've studied the species for 3 decades, and I have actually been told by our producer that that particular whale in the background there, you've been studying that whale for 30 years. Tell us what's behind this rebound.
Look, there are a number of reasons behind the rebound. Firstly, the feeding area for these Eastern Australian whales is the Antarctic coastline. Antarctica is still a quite pristine area, and it's a long coastline which produces incredible food for the humpbacks. And then over and above that, there's very minimal commercial shipping down there. The other aspect is that the other great whales that were heavily hit during that last period of whaling, the big blues, seis, fins, brooders, minkies, and even the southern right whales, those species haven't been recovering as well, nor have the populations of humpbacks in the Pacific. They've only been recovering at half our rate. Now, that means that there's probably been an ecological niche for our whales, that they've had access to food, and that access to food has enabled them to flourish and recover as well as they have. The other point is that our long coastline of Eastern Australia is a perfect habitat for these whales. When the young whales are born in Australian waters up in the Great Barrier Reef, and when the mothers begin bringing them south, they move into areas like Hervey Bay. Hervey Bay is a wide, shallow bay, protected bay formed by Gari, the largest and oldest sand island in the world, a perfect habitat for humpbacks. And then as they move south, they've got the Gold Coast area, they've got the Stradbroke Island area, Jervis Bay, and then by the time they get to Eden, they're even able to feed down there.
Yeah, you're in a beautiful part of the world there, and especially for watching these whales. Can we expect the overall numbers to continue to rise?
We know that sooner or later the population will curve over. And what's really grand is that the contributions by these citizen scientists, together with the formal scientists who are part of our wide collaboration, the ongoing contribution of that data to Happy Whale means that we now have a means of monitoring this population that wasn't previously available to us. So that's a very exciting opportunity that we'll be able to watch and see what impact there is upon these whales. We know there are going to be impacts from climate change, but you have to keep in mind that apart from anything else, these whales are ocean eco-engineers. By living their lives, they're contributing nutrients to the ocean ecosystem in the southern oceans. And those nutrients contribute to the flourishing of the grasses of the sea off Antarctica, the phytoplankton. And it's upon that phytoplankton that the food of the humpbacks, the krill, flourish. So they play an extremely important part in the environment. And it's really engaging to have the community involved because we're going to have many eyes watching and caring for this amazing group of whales as we move into the next 10, 20 or 30 years.